I'm Jeff Matlow. Welcome to the best leadership podcast ever. Welcome back to the pod. It is the most fun you're going to have learning life's leadership lessons. I'm so glad you're here, and I want to start with a story that you may or may not know. But here we go anyway. It's about a scorpion who wants to get to the other side of the river, because why not? Also, he owes some money to the badger, so he's got to get out of Dodge. And the way to get out of Dodge is to cross the river. It's complicated. Just trust me on this. Anyway, the scorpion sees a frog and asks the frog to carry him across the river. "No way," said the frog. The frog explained that he was afraid of being stung by the scorpion. "Dude," the scorpion said, and then he proceeded to explain to the frog that it would be ridiculous for him to sting the frog. After all, if he did, they'd both drown. The frog agreed with that reasoning, plus the scorpion offered him $50 for the ride. So the scorpion hops on the frog's back, and the frog begins swimming across the river, and halfway to the other side, the scorpion stings the frog. Like we didn't see that one coming. The frog drowns, the scorpion drowns. This isn't a happy Hollywood ending. We'll get to the leadership lesson on that in a second. First, let's talk about the monkey trap. If a monkey is bothering you, if it's stealing your food and waking up in the morning and generally being a nuisance, here's what you do. You take some large type of gourd, like a pumpkin or a calabash or something. Then you put a hole in the gourd that's just small enough for the monkey's hand to fit through. Inside that hole, you put a nut. Then get your monkey net ready. Because soon enough, the monkey will come to the gourd, reach into the hole, and grab the nut. But his fist won't fit back through the hole, and the monkey won't let go of the nut. He'll be trapped. The monkey would rather stay holding on to the nut than be caught. And now we talk about you. The author Raymond Chandler once wisely said, "There is no trap as deadly as the trap you set for yourself." We're our own worst enemies. And in fact, to quote the cartoonist Walt Kelly, "I have seen the enemy, and it is us." Like the scorpion, we tend to trap ourselves in these self-destructive cycles simply because it's our natural tendency. And, like the monkey, we remain ignorant in acknowledging how our actions are working against us. And this, of course, reminds me of a CEO I know. In my leadership coaching business, I once worked with a guy who spent his entire career at one company. He rose through the ranks and ended up becoming CEO of this 8-figure organization. After a few years as CEO, a private equity firm came around and offered to buy the company. He was excited and he moved the deal forward. He even told people he was going to sell. But just before the final agreement was signed, he stopped communicating with the buyer. Because of this, the deal eventually fell apart. A few years later, the guy hired an investment banker to help sell the company. He got some decent offers and decided to move forward. But again, the night before signing a term sheet, he announced to everybody that he wasn't going to sell the company after all. He came up with some mumbo-jumbo that not many people believed. You see, he was scared of change. The company was all he knew. He couldn't think of a life beyond it, and in the end, he sabotaged every deal. Like the scorpion, his nature trapped him in a cycle of self-destructive behavior. Now, my job was to help him let go of the proverbial nut and take his hand out of the proverbial gourd, or take his head out of the proverbial sand, depending on whether you want a monkey or an ostrich analogy. The reality is that there are a whole bunch of ways people unknowingly get in their own way. You probably do it yourself without even recognizing it. Like the scorpion, you've lived a life acting one way and are prone to act the same way, because that's human nature. And like the monkey, maybe you ignore the role you play in life's outcome and view yourself as a victim. Let me spell out for you a few of the most popular ways people set traps for themselves. And while you read these, do me a favor. Think about how many of them apply to you. Sound good? Great. Here we go. Number 1, procrastination. Do you delay getting things done? Do you paint yourself into a lose-lose corner? Because that's a problem. Number 2, fear of change. Change takes you out of your comfort zone. Without the courage to go there, you are your own obstacle. And number 3, overconfidence. Confidence is good. Overconfidence, maybe not so much. Number 4, short-term thinking. If you're solely focused on immediate gains and don't have a vision for the future, you won't recognize real opportunities until they've sailed away. Number 5, ego. An ego is fine. A big ego is the one that will block opportunities from your line of vision. Number 6, overthinking. Paralysis by analysis is a real thing. Avoiding traps happens by trying, not overthinking. Number 7, lack of self-belief. Doubting your abilities and your potential is going to stop you from pursuing those challenging goals. And number 8, negative mindset. A pessimistic outlook is like a ball and chain that only leads to a self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. So how many of them define you? How about your boss? Feel free to drop me a line. Let me know, leadership@bytitleonly.com. Because in leadership, as in regular life, the traps we set for ourselves are always the ones that are the hardest to escape. But all it takes is just a little self-awareness to avoid getting caught in your own traps. So maybe it's time to let go of that nut, huh? Hey, if this hit home, consider joining the Best Leadership community, and you definitely need to subscribe to the newsletter. Go to the bestleadershipnewsletter.com/subscribe, and you'll see all the opportunities you have to rapidly grow your career. Thanks again. I look forward to talking to you next week. Have a great one. Bye.